So,
Okay.
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 Now I'm going to share and then I'll start from the beginning.
Yep. Sorry.
Okay. So in this inner voice email, this has 5 files. Okay. So you
Mm-hmm.
see like a zone 1C, zone 3D, zone 5E. So those first three are emotions that you're overcompensating for. Like, you know,
Okay.
they're there, you know, you're aware of them, and you're just doing everything you can to like get rid of them,
Mm-hmm.
like go away. And then the last one here, this zone 6F, this one is the one you're trying to suppress. So a lot of times this is one that like our subconscious is trying to suppress because we like it's trying to keep us safe. And so we may not even be aware that that emotion is out of balance right now, or that it's an issue, or that we need to, release it. So this helps us see which emotions are out of balance the most. So these are the individual files. They're 3 minutes each, and I recommend listening to them at least once a day. You can listen to them as many times a day as you want to. I love listening to them before I go to bed. It helps me calm down and relax, and actually helps me fall asleep. In fact, last night I fell asleep, I think, during the second one, because my body is so used to it now, and it just helps me calm and relax. Now, let's say you're having a really crazy busy day, though, but you want to listen to your tones. Then this AO Pulse one, that's the first one. This is 3 minutes long, and it has all 4 tones in it. And so if you're crushed for time, you can listen for this 3 minute AO pulse and get all the tones in there at once, and that
Mm-hmm.
can help you. So this is really good to use too if you get triggered
Mm-hmm.
and you want to get out of that emotional spin. I've done it before where like I do the inner voice scan, I listen to my tones, it helps me get at least to a neutral state so that I'm not
Yeah.
spinning down and down and down. So
Mhm. Just kind of
uh,
like neutralizing the fight, flight, or response kind of thing, right?
yes, exactly.
Okay.
Because these are like, there's music and then there's a tone in the background. And it's
Okay.
that tone that's going to your brain and reprogramming like all the synapses and stuff and how they're firing and reacting to that emotion. So that's like reprogramming. Yeah. So it's cool.
Okay. It's like kind of helping the nervous system, basically.
Mhm. Yes. Okay, now we'll look at the AO Easy Scan. So there are 2 different ways that you can look at this. You can either click on the link here and look at it in your browser, or it's also got all of the information attached down here in files. So you'll see that there's an enhanced vitals report. That's the one I was telling you about, where it'll list like 1 through 9, what each of them were rated, what each of the items were rated. And it's got information on there. One is, I'm trying to remember. I think ones are the ones that are like you haven't been experiencing this very long, so it's acute and it's like short term, and you haven't been experiencing that long. The nines are the ones that this has been an issue for a while. It's been in there for a while,
Oh.
and so this has just been a long term problem. I think if I remember correctly, that one is could potentially lead to inflammation and stuff like that. The other side, I can't remember, because I like the easier version, which is the classic. And this one will just show you basically in red and green. So when I'm looking at this, I'm looking for the red ones because I want to know which ones are still out of balance after it sent me the harmonizing frequencies. And so it's just much faster and easier to look at that at a glance. But I'm going to click on this link for demonstration purposes because this will be faster and easier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't want to overwhelm you with too much.
I'm fine with being overwhelmed.
Okay, good.
Tell me just, yeah.
Okay, so these top 4 notes right here are the ones that are out of balance in your body, and those correspond to different emotions. And it was actually interesting.
This is like not overwhelming to me. This is like, I like the geeky, logical, like tons of information. I geek out over
Okay,
it. So, yeah.
good. So this one right here will correspond with that one. So this top information is the same for everybody. It's just showing you like the positive and the negatives parts of these emotions,
Okay.
angry versus accepting of change. And so this bottom part is the one that is unique to you based on your voice tones that came up. And the recommended color is red. So let's say you have something red you can look at while you listen to this particular tone, then
My
that
whole house is
enhances.
red besides my bedroom. Yeah, yeah.
The color will enhance the ability to balance the emotion in your body while you're listening to the frequency.
Okay.
So the top three emotions that it recommends that is tied to this is grief, anger, and disappointment. These vitals could be connected. Again, it's not a diagnostic tool, but these may be out of balance in your body also, which is
Okay.
contributing to the emotional imbalance too.
Okay.
These potential causes. So when things come up like the mumps virus, I remind people that this could be generational. You could have an ancestor that had mumps and you got that passed down in your DNA and it's still there. And so it still needs to be cleared out. Food sensitivities. So if your body is saying, hey, I don't want mushrooms right now,
Mm.
then that could come up as a food sensitivity. And if you were to eat mushrooms right now, that might contribute even more to the
Interesting.
emotional
So I do
imbalance.
have like a mushroom like complex I sometimes take.
So you may not need it right now because your
Okay.
body may be saying, we have enough mushroom in us right now. We're good. We don't need any more. And
Okay.
that'll show up. Actually, remind
So
me
what
of,
about alignment? Because I mean, with aligning to
yep,
things,
you can
just
align
wondering.
to it. Because I've had like supplements that I knew it would be beneficial for me to take every day.
Hmm.
And so I aligned to the supplement so that my body would be able to absorb the nutrients and just flush out whatever it didn't need. So
Okay.
that's helped with that.
Oh my gosh, it's my dad. Ah, oh, I will just call him back later. So yeah, my dad's not open to think. He's supportive of me trying to, build my business because he wants me to pay for the house because he bought it for me, but he is not open to energy work. Like I can't even carry on a conversation without them trying to change the weather, so it's kind of fun.
Uh, awesome. Finally, this last section here, imbalances and suggestions. So this one is, these are kind of ordered. I'm sorry, this is really small, but you can go in and look at your report a little bit more deeply later. But this will recommend the top things to help balance out. So these emotions are probably affecting your pancreas, your nervous system, and your digestive system. And on this very one, you'll notice it says limit alcohol. Now, this comes up on my scan sometimes too, and I don't drink alcohol, but this relates to sugar. So whenever this comes up on my scan, it's like a clue for me that, okay, I had too much sugar today.
Okay.
And so I need to reduce the amount of sugar
What about like bread yeast? Because that can kind of come out like an
that will
alcohol.
come up separately.
Oh,
Yeast
really?
and stuff like that will come up
Okay.
separately. Yep. Sometimes it'll have like recreational drugs or stuff like that. But again, it's the frequency of it. So let's say that you've got an addiction and it's not drugs, but let's say you have an addiction right now. That frequency of having an addiction in the database might be kind of similar to the frequency in people's bodies when they're addicted to a particular substance, whether
Okay.
you're on that substance or not. So that's what stuff like that means. Okay. So this was one of the attachments that breaks down the emotions.
Hmm.
I'm going to come back over here. So here's those emotions. And if you don't like the tones that it sent you in your email, you can play around with this and create your own.
Okay.
Like change the types of music, like this Piano Bliss one, you can change the music track that's underneath it if you want to, and change
Interesting.
the type of tone like that's underneath. So that's what that is, and create your own.
Okay.
Okay, so here we get down into the report. Okay, so oh, that's weird that it did that. It's only showing okay, nope, yes. Okay, so this is only showing the ones that are out of range after it sent you the harmonizing frequencies. So previous scan is the first scan that it did, the
Hmm.
first round through. Then it sends you the frequencies, and then the current scan is then the second scan it does to see what is still out of balance.
Okay.
So we've got malt, beef, black walnut, chili
That's
pepper.
sad. Those are like my favorite thing. Well, then I don't know malt, but the beef and the black walnut. That's like,
So these are things, so the food sensitivities are ones that I muscle test for,
okay.
because this could indicate that either you don't need it right now, your body's like, please don't give me any more of that because we can't process it right now.
Okay.
Or it could be that there is a nutrient or vitamin or mineral in this particular food that we really need right now. So whether
Oh,
it's this food or a similar food that has similar properties, similar vitamins, minerals, nutrients, We
Okay.
need more of that. So this is where you would muscle test and see, do I need more of this or do I need less of this right now?
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
And that shows your total cholesterol is out of balance. But yeah, since you have the alignment technique, you can use aligning too to align yourself to a lot of these things.
Okay.
Here's your chakras. So it looks like your throat chakra still isn't too happy right now.
Yeah.
Okay, when I'm glad this came up. So when you see an example like this, where it was green before, green is good, but then it's blue afterwards,
So
that
okay,
simply
so the
means,
so yeah, the previous that's like
mhm.
right at the beginning of the scan, and then when it sets the frequencies, then the current is after the frequencies, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
So as you can see, green is normal. That's where we want it. And so
Mhm.
blue is low, red is high. And so if you see something that's green before and then blue or red after, it's nothing to be concerned about because that just means that some energy from here, from your solar plexus, was shifted to another area that it was needed more. So as you
Okay.
can see, like this was at a 9 before. So my guess is that some energy shifted from your solar plexus to your sacral chakra to try and balance it out because there was a greater need for that right now. So that's what that needs. But
Okay.
your throat chakra needs some love, maybe some emotional release or something like that. And
So
then
I'm
it
I'm
looks,
curious on like the root like or the soul well okay solar plexus and then so it was sacral the 7 and the 9 that right that's sacral
yeah, that's sacral.
okay I wonder what a high would that would mean for a sacral high would that
So,
it's like sacral is like creativity and intimacy and I don't know
yep,
I'm curious what
it's creation power.
mm,
So, yeah, if you're like trying to create a business and stuff like
mm,
that, so high means that it might be like open too much right now, and
okay
it's like taking in too much. And
okay
then low is probably where it's too small, and so it
okay
can't take in enough energy.
yeah and I do that with like I do that with like a pendulum like if it's swinging
Mhm.
too wide then it's like we're too open so I'm like we kind of need a middle ground that's kind of what I do
Awesome. Yes.
so
Jason can use a pendulum too. I can't. It
ah,
doesn't work for me. All right, now we're getting into the meridians. So it looks like your stomach meridian is still out of balance after the scan, but your lung went in, your small intestine went in, your bladder went in, your gallbladder went back in, pericardium went out. But again, that's probably some energy that shifted to another area where it was
remind
needed.
me what the pericardium is again is that
Pericardium is also around the heart area.
okay
And down below, there's actually an explanation. So as I scroll down, you'll be able to see that. Governing vessel is still out also. So there are playlists, and I have playlists in mine where you can send frequencies, and it's a specific playlist. I have one for emotions and one for physical symptoms that could be related to the meridian. So, like, I have a governing vessel playlist for emotions and a governing vessel playlist for physical symptoms.
I wonder, and sorry again, but like with the governing vessel, that's, I mean, that's important. I mean, that's like the alignment, one. And so, and I've been resisting aligning, honestly. And I don't know if that's part of it. Like, am I overstimulated on my governing meridian and that's why it's doing that? Like, how do I bring that down so I feel like things don't work for me, even though I know I have this belief that they work
Mhm.
for people, they work for other people. But
Yep. I have dealt with that same exact one. Oh, this works
yeah.
for other people, but it doesn't work for me.
Mhm.
So that's something that I've been working on, like aligning to and using some of my other modalities to get rid of that limiting belief and
Mhm.
step into my power and believe, no, wait, this can work for me just as good as it can work for other people. But
Yeah.
also, there is something that I've been learning recently, and especially with the AO scan, if you have a modality that you're doing and it's not working very well, it could be that your poles are reversed. So we
Okay.
have polarity just like the earth has polarity.
Mhm.
And there are so many like microwave signals can reverse your polarity and lots
Mhm.
of like EMF can reverse your polarity.
My daughter, she got shocked, and it was like when she would muscle test and do the sway backwards
Mhm.
forever after she got shocked, and then she got shocked again, and it went forward. Like,
Switched.
yeah.
Yep. So there is a frequency in the AO scan to set that straight and to
Okay.
put your polarity back in place. So
That is
usually when
handy.
people are saying like, this doesn't seem to be working for me, then I say, go run it's actually called lack of conductivity. But go run that for a few minutes and see if that flips it around, and then like do another scan and see if it looks better. It also, sometimes if you have like a whole bunch that were green before and then they go out after, that also could indicate that your polarity has been reversed.
Okay.
So let's see, let me go back. So stomach was still out. Let's look at the stomach one. So it gives like physical links that could be related to this meridian being out, and emotional. So discontent, stress, anxiety, annoyance, acidic personality, disgust, greed. So this
I'm
can give
seeing
you
this that also affects eyes. I've been having floaters for the last like half a year or 8 months now.
interesting. So maybe
And
your stomach meridian has been blocked.
my stomach has been having issues. I've had digestion problem for a while, and yeah, so
Mhm. Yep.
like I can't even. Yeah.
From body mapping, that's also related to decision making. And so if you've been feeling like you're struggling to make decisions, especially big decisions,
Mhm.
yep, that'll throw your gut
Can't
totally
figure
out of
out
whack.
which platform to use kind of thing. I
Yep,
just
that'll throw this out.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And then we also saw a governing vessel.
Okay.
So unfortunately, it doesn't have as much about governing vessel and conception vessel, but the first energy current, which develops after conception, is the governing vessel. It serves to govern the development of other meridians, chakras, organs, and the rest of the body's physiology. The spine itself is the material manifestation of this governing vessel energy. So, if this is out, then that could explain why a whole bunch of other things are out in your body too. So, even just like trying to get to the root and focusing on this, and hey, let's see if we can get your governing vessel meridian cleared out, then
Hmm.
that might clear up a whole bunch of other things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so I'm not a doctor and I don't know what all of these things mean, but a lot of them, when you're looking at the online report, you can click on it and some of them will have information here and will explain to you what it means.
Hmm.
Not all of them, but some of them. Like ones like this. Okay, bone healing. So this gives you a better explanation about what it's looking at when it's measuring this frequency.
I fell today too.
Oh, well, you
Mm.
there you go. You've got a bone that's healing. So oh, fallopian tube, pelvic inflammatory disease.
I'm pretty sure I have PCOS, and but because I'm like not even, I'm menopausal now,
Mhm. Oh yeah.
so full on.
I've
So,
I've been getting menopause on mine like the last several months,
but
several
I've been
times.
having like pain in like that like ovary fallopian area. So I'm like, do I have a cyst thing going on? What the heck,
This
So
will show this will show like ovarian cysts and stuff like that too.
okay.
The one that I look really closely at, actually, I've got to tell you that out of like all the scans I do, because I've been doing a scan on myself pretty much every day for over a year now, and
Hmm.
this is a really short list. So if you go into your attachments after the call and look at like the full report that was attached there, you'll
Okay.
see it measures dozens and dozens and dozens of things. And
Huh.
so you can see like all the things that were out of alignment before and now are in alignment. And you'll see,
Okay.
holy cow, like this is actually a really short list. So that's actually really, really good. So you're doing some things right because
Okay.
there's not a lot of things on here. But
Okay.
I really pay attention to the toxicities section. So this is where your bacterial diseases are going to
Yep.
show up.
I had 3 bouts
Yes.
of strep that wouldn't go away.
There you go. You still have some
Mhm.
residual frequency and
I
energy in there
imagine.
from that. Yep.
And candida from all of the came back because of all of the antibiotics I had to deal with.
Yep.
Yeah.
And metabolic waste came up. So
Okay.
something's not flowing well.
Yep.
Um, cobalt, a heavy metal, might be too heavy in there.
No, I'm
Here,
surprised I'm not seeing mercury. I like the mercury toxicity from my dental stuff, but
oh, or you can look at the full report too and see if, it was
okay.
out before and now it's in.
Oh, okay.
Here's the parasites. So there are several on there. And Jason and I have noticed that sure enough, during a full moon or around a full moon, we have way more parasites show up. So I have a playlist for that too to
Okay.
help
That
with
would be
full moon
cool.
and parasites.
And these numbers on the side, is that like what is that? Is that a severity? Is that a just, I have no idea.
So I'm trying to remember if they give the little explanation up here because I always get it mixed up. Okay, here we go. Yes. Okay. So
Red
these
is
other
colored.
numbers are increasing inflammation risk.
Okay.
These lower numbers are diminishing function risk.
What does that mean? Like my functionality or its functionality? I don't know.
So the item, whatever the item that is being measured, it means it's not functioning to its full capacity.
Okay. So like when we're talking about item, or like for instance, a parasite is not, or is that like my heart or like where are we? I'm just
Hmm.
trying to think of.
Yeah, how would that apply to a parasite? That's a good question. I'll have to ask to find out more. I focus more on, okay, which ones are these green and blue versus
Uh-huh.
which ones are the yellow, orange, red. And I want to
Okay.
try to shift the ones that are yellow, orange, red so that they're blue and green.
Okay.
But sometimes I get overwhelmed otherwise if I
Yeah.
don't do that. But like these change every day. So the parasites change every day in mine. Even the bacterias and viruses change every day in mine. I often have like tree pollen that comes up here pretty much every day. So it just changes every day.
Hmm.
So again, you're looking for ones that like are a pattern that show up
Okay.
a lot. Okay. And then this is that third scan that I talked about. So this is the comprehensive report.
Okay.
So this will show then like little parts of systems or body parts that are still out of alignment. So this is focusing on the villi in your small intestine wall. So there's
Okay.
some kind of imbalance in there.
Yeah, which can I
And,
failed my stool test and they're still wanting me to go in for a colonoscopy and
I'm dreading that day. I do not want to do that.
yeah.
Yeah. We got some cerebral cortex function going on here that you may have some diminished functionality there, not processing fully 100%.
That
Your
makes
left
sense.
ear, the left semicircular canals in your left ear.
Well, this ear was damaged from being hit. So I don't know.
That could be what
Abusive
it's picking up.
situation.
Could be what it's picking up. We've got the right splenic artery that's showing up also. And let's see if this works. Oh yeah, you click on that button right there and it will show you an even more in-depth 3D picture of where exactly that artery is, which is
Okay.
fun.
Hmm.
If you start geeking out about stuff like that.
Cool.
So that's it. That is your report.
Okay.
Questions.
Lots. I can go on forever with stuff like this. So
Yeah, it might be good to just take some time to digest it and kind of look over your reports and listen to your tones for a few
so
days.
okay, so and the tones are there, like on this, like that are
Mhm.
sent to me, right?
Yes, it's in this AO inner voice audio
Okay. Ah,
email.
okay.
Yep. So you can listen to those. Start listening to those and just note like if you start noticing any like an easier time of balancing your emotions and the emotions that are listed on each of these attachments in the other email, just see if you notice any changes. Let's see, this was the one that was on the low side that could be suppressing low self-esteem versus self-accepting. So it brought up feeling lost, emotional inertia, and feeling that bad will happen.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that you're trying to shove down and
Okay.
pretend they're not there. So just notice, as you listen to the tones and do any other of your modalities that you want to, and see if that kind of starts to balance out and they don't feel as heavy and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then we can always get together again in a week or after you've had a chance to digest and do the tones for a week and you
Mm.
can ask me more questions.
Cool. Okay. How long have you been doing this in for?
So I've been using the AO scan for a year and 3 months.
Okay.
I actually discovered that I had some adverse long-term side effects from COVID and the COVID vaccine. And I had been sick for so last year, 2023, I was sick for about 4.5 of the first 5 months of the year. And I had never, ever in my entire, at the time, 44 years, ever been that sick.
Hmm.
And I was like desperate to find something. And then Jason met my upline now at the Be Healthy Utah conference, and she showed him this, or maybe it was a different conference. Yeah, I met her at the Be Healthy Utah conference. I'm like, sign me up because I can't take being sick anymore. Like I was at
Yeah.
the end of my rope. I didn't know what to do. None of the usual things that I was doing was working.
Yeah, I had
Everybody
a
would
booth
go and
there and I talked to her and oh my gosh.
yeah, I'm gonna say hi. But yeah, so I've been doing it ever since then because the AO scan helped me finally break out of that pattern of getting sick.
Hi, Jason.
How's it going, Heather?
Good. How are you?
Good. You guys been having fun?
Yeah. Well, it's been crazy busy. Haven't had a lot of break. Yeah.
It sounds like it last week with everybody over
Oh
and
my gosh. Yeah.
stuff.
My nephew getting his mission call and was going to the MTC and everybody, hey, we're coming to your house for a week and maybe more because we don't have money to get home. So feed us. So that was fun.
Awesome. I'll let you guys finish up.
Yep.
See ya.
Yeah.
Yep. So the AO scan, and then I also found an herbal version of ivermectin. So it wasn't like that full like thing that horses use, but it was like an herbal version. Between
Interesting.
that and the AO scan, I finally kicked out all of the residual COVID stuff and I finally got
Okay.
healthy. And then I was healthy until last December,
Okay.
which was awesome.
Huh.
So this inner voice scan, and they have a lot of other products too that have helped our whole family. Like Jason's daughter, one of his daughter, well, actually both of his two youngest daughters, they perpetually have UTI symptoms like all the time. And I'm like, it's because they're
Cranberries.
angry and frustrated. Oh, they do that. Like they do the
Mm.
cranberry juice. Their mom is an osteopath, and so she does stuff like that with them.
Mm-hmm.
And they just constantly are
It's
getting
the
UTI.
angry, huh?
It's yep, anger, frustration, and they're
That
not
makes
releasing it.
sense.
But one of them one day had those symptoms, and she was in the bathroom like every 20 minutes the first
Mhm.
couple of hours she was here at our house. And we had to go run errands. And she said, no, I don't want to go because I'm afraid I'm just going to have to sit on the toilet the whole time while we're gone because I keep feeling like I have to pee. And so I'm like, hold on, let me run this playlist for you. And so I turned on the playlist. We did our errands. 3 hours later, I was like, you haven't gone to the bathroom. And she was like, oh, yeah.
Mm.
And then I
I do that for Ricky.
turned the playlist off, and then she went to sleep and she was fine. And the next morning I said, hey, do you need me to run the playlist? Do you have any of those symptoms this morning? She was like, no, they're all gone. And usually these girls, like they'll have those symptoms for like days before it finally goes away.
Huh.
So like stuff like that, it's been
This
amazing.
could be a game changer for my family too, because like everybody has something and I just can't keep going affording to go to do all these tests. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And we have like a health savings account that my husband's thing pays for, but
Yep.
I keep using it up before I can,
Yep.
get the results. And I'm like, we used it all up and we have nothing better to show for it.
Yeah. So $149 a month is what the
Okay.
subscription is
Uh-huh.
versus all the hundreds of dollars that you're spending on doctor's visits. And
Mm.
like you can scan all of your supplements. So it has the frequency of all the supplements in your profile and stuff. And then it will
Uh-huh.
tell you what supplements you need.
Will it take health savings, do you think? Because I
Um,
know that there's a lot of things that do health savings for,
no,
they won't
yeah,
take it.
no.
Because it's just like a debit card. Because I know I've done health savings for like for even coaches and stuff that because it's a health thing.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to ask. I'll ask. Let me ask and just make sure. I don't think so,
Right.
but I'll ask and see.
Because you can use it like for yourself. And I talked to my health savings account, like Fidelity and the people that run it, and they're like, yeah, you can do it for like chiropractors and you can do it for like massage things or supplements or anything that supports your health. Like I've used it for like the hyperbaric oxygen chamber, and other things. So I'm like, okay.
Well,
'Cause, yeah, it's not like insurance. It's just if it's
yeah,
a
I
thing
know.
that
I
will
have an
support your health.
HSA also.
Yeah.
I haven't even used it for, yeah, let me ask and I'll find out.
Because it
Because
would be nice because I've done my Avini, which is the
yeah.
detox stuff
Mhm.
and done it with that. So
Okay. Yeah, let me find out.
cool.
Because that has saved us so much money. We didn't have to
Mhm.
take his daughter to the doctor. We haven't had to hardly go to the doctor. And then supplements, we're only taking the things that we need every day rather than taking 50 different pills all day, every day, when our body actually may not need all of those pills every single
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
So, and they have little salt pellets that you can imprint with homeopathy frequencies. You
Okay.
can customize it. You can totally customize it. They have all kinds of
That's cool.
homeopathics in their database. So then you just take the homeopathics too every day. And yeah, it's been a game changer for us too.
Huh. Yeah, because I have a friend, she does homeopathic. She's kind of been teaching me how to do it. I wonder if she would like that sort of thing too. So,
Yeah, because you can customize. Like that's what I love. You can customize it.
hmm.
You can put the frequencies that you need into the sugar pellet and then take
Okay.
that and you get exactly what you need without having to buy 20 different homeopathics. So it's nice.
Cool.
Also so Jess is doing like free Q&A type session
Hmm.
on the 18th. So that's Thursday. So I
Okay.
can send you the Zoom link for that.
Yeah.
And then if
Yeah.
you have any more questions after you've kind of looked at this for a couple of days, then you can come to that and ask any other questions that you have too.
Okay. And so like, because I mean, I thought that the AO scanner used to have like an actual device, but now it's just
It
like an
did.
app.
Yeah, now it's just an app that you can pull up on your phone or your computer, or like I will open up a tab in the morning sometimes and I can duplicate tabs and have like 5 playlists going for 5 different people, and I can just let it sit there and do its thing, and it's really nice.
Is it better to like use earbuds for like the tones, like the left, right, you know?
It is better to use either AirPods or the ones that like totally cancel out the noise so that you
Okay.
can focus on hearing
So
those.
bone conduction are not as good as the other ones, or
So the bone conduction ones are good when you're doing the scan,
okay.
because then you've got like the vibration going in here too. And
Okay.
so then it's even more powerful. Like, but still, it still works to do it virtually too. So
Yeah. Okay. My problem is keeping earbud. I have this energy thing where maybe it can help with that. Um, I fry all my earbuds. It's really annoying. I fry a lot of technology. It just fizzles out in my
yep,
body or on my body.
some people are like that.
So like I buy it as like I buy it and it's crackling, and especially if I'm ever in an emotional state,
Mhm.
I'll hear this zapping and then crackling and then it pops in my ear and like I pulls it out and it's dead.
Yeah, that's so the mentor that I work with, that's actually one of the spiritual gifts, is technology and weather is one of them. And people who have that gift naturally, if they're like stressed out or something crazy is going on, their technology totally goes on the blitz. So they do have to learn how to balance their emotions and stuff so that they don't kill all of their technology. But if ever
Yeah.
technology starts going out, they're like, oh, wait, okay, I need to take a minute and go balance myself and ground myself and all those
Uh-huh.
things.
Yeah. Yeah, and like Wi-Fi and everything, it's really bad, and my light bulbs are just all going out, and it's like
Mhm.
so, and I
Yep. Yep. But they found it can be a gift too, because once you learn to like balance that out, you can
mhm.
send out all kinds of positive energy through technology and
Cool.
use that as a conductor for you to send out good, happy vibes to help other people.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So it could help the AO scanner. I don't know.
It could. If you set that intention and get
Yeah.
things balanced, then heck yeah, it could be that much more powerful for you.
So I don't know if I should get. I'm gonna have to try because I literally keep buying like the last few weeks. I've been buying another set of earbuds every 2 weeks. I'm like, or
Right.
ear or like maybe we should go back to the wire one. And like that one's gone. And then
Get you balanced, and then it might not do that anymore.
I know because I'm like it's getting expensive. So I keep getting the cheapy ones because I'm tired of buying the expensive ones that go out on me. So I'm like, what should I do? Like,
Yeah.
that one looks okay. I don't know.
All
Hey,
right. Cool. Yep. So I'll send you this recording.
okay.
And I will send you a Zoom link to the session that Jess is doing on Thursday. So you can
Mhm.
ask more questions if you need to. And then I'll just plan on checking in with you in a week, or you're welcome to reach out to me too if you have more
Okay.
questions.
So then is it just like a straight up 149 like to start, or is it like is there a fee
There
to
are different
begin?
ways to go about it. So this
Okay.
month, actually, they have a special where usually there's a like a startup fee, like you said, but they're
Uh-huh.
waiving that this month. So it's 149, and then they have different you know, like packages that you can get with it to start.
I would love to get my kids started too on these because I have 6 kids and they all have issues severely. So
Yes.
my oldest has like POTS slash who knows what, like PCOS, or she's lost a lot of hair. She's working at Subway and she's been having really bad flare-ups with her heart and her um just feeling like she's gonna pass out, and she's been really overly stressed. And so
Oh yeah,
I
this
mean,
could help.
yeah.
Yep, yep. And so one subscription, so like you can't be using it on 2 devices at the same time,
Using
but
it, what do you mean?
so using the app.
Oh, okay.
So there would be like your subscription, and if you have it up like on your phone or your computer, like you can only have it running on one device at a time.
Okay.
But you can run multiple playlists at a time for different
Okay.
people.
Okay.
So it's possible to set that up. So
That would be
you can have it be sending out to all your kids all at the same time and
okay.
get their own unique
But the
playlist.
scanning would just be on one device.
Yeah, the scan you'd have to do them like one at a time and do the scan one at a time on them.
Okay.
But it only takes a couple minutes. So
And then is it a different like level or something to be able to work with clients? Is that a different, or is it still the same?
Yep.
Or
So you would either sign up as a PC, which is a preferred customer, or what's
Mhm.
called a QLA. So the QLAs are the ones that can sell to other people also.
Okay.
And then you get better discounts, and then you get a whole bunch of extra training that you get access to, and you're in a
So what would
community.
that be?
So the price is the same.
Oh, okay.
It's just that you get those added perks of the extra training, and if you bring more people on, then of course you get discounts. Like if you
Okay.
have 3 people under you, it pays for your subscription.
Okay. Yeah, well, I would want to do that then. So,
Yeah, it's nice.
okay.
Yep. Okay. Awesome.
Cool.
Cool. Yep. So let me know if you have any other questions, and I'll send you the stuff, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. All right. So yeah, find out if I could try to just like do it with the health savings, but I don't know.
Yeah, let me ask, and I'll find out for sure.
Okay.
Because I'd hate for you to try it and then it's like, it's not working, or it got declined, or whatever.
Well, and sometimes it'll get declined, but we just have to like call them and just get the permission or something, and it works. So
Mhm.
yeah, and I mean I can go get like a massage with it. So,
Yeah, you would think that this would be okay
Yeah.
if you can get a massage.
So.
Yep, I'll find out for you.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Thank you.
Cool. It's good to talk to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.